Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just out here in the shop ripping it up tonight. Getting a few things done. Got a dummy block sitting in there. First off, to check the clearance of the new intake to the hood. I have about that much room, so hopefully with the real engine and heads, it does not push the intake up too much further. I also got the dummy block in there so I could put the transmission in there, so I could check the angle at the rear tail housing, so I could set the pinion angle. I also got the little spacers built. I had Sam take them over to his lathe and drill me a 1/2-inch hole centered in this piece of 3/4 stock. And those are all, they're all bolted in there permanently. They're in for good. And looks pretty alright. The new Willwood stuff is all on. The bearings are all greased and packed. Calipers are on, lines are on, hooked up in the front. That's kind of what it's going to look like with an engine in it. All the front brake stuff is completed. I got the pinion angle set and welded the perches on, and I have the housing out here and I'm painting it right now. There's the perches are all welded on. Housing's getting finished painted. I gotta let it dry and then flip it over. I'm actually painting it with a paint gun and some automotive paint, so it should stay nice for a long time. Go into the truck. I cut the center of that bed support out so the rear end would have a little more clearance going up, because it's decently close to the bed. The truck sits pretty low now, a lot lower than it did. I ended up lowering it overall 2 inches further in the rear and 3 inches further in the front than it has ever sat. So we'll have to see how that turns out and how that goes and rides and all that good fancy stuff. I'm going to assemble the rest of the brake stuff for the rear while I'm waiting on the housing to dry so I can flip it and spray it. And that's it. I just figured I would give a quick update. I haven't got any new parts for the truck or nothing. I still need to order all new safety equipment. I need to order a suit, a new helmet, gloves, and shoes. That way when I go out to license, there's no questions. I could just pull up. I could do my 3 licensing runs or 4 or whatever they'd want this year and get it done and squared away. And then I still need to buy a parachute also. That way, that's another thing there will be no question about. Chute will be on it, and we'll be ready to do whatever it's going to do. I hope the truck performs well, better than it did last year. But that's it. That's a quick little update. Like, subscribe, share. Have a good night.